Can't think of what else I wanted to talk about. Oh, it came up in the comments, and it was I really do apologize to this person because she asked me a question, and I don't know that I read it right, or if it wasn't like there should have been a comma or something. Like, my brain just didn't read it properly. So I had mentioned that I might be a study in the disease that you don't get, that I don't have, like fat person's disease. Now, just to clarify what that meant, I meant about the cancer that obviously I have type 2 diabetes, or I had type 2 diabetes, one or the other. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't feel like it's active right now, but not, That being said, I misunderstood the question. She said, you mean to tell me that your cancer and diabetes has nothing to do with your weight? So I thought she was saying, like, my weight gain. And I've been telling you guys that the combination of the diabetes and the cancer definitely contributes to the weight gain. However, that's not what she meant. She meant my weight is not associated to the diabetes and the cancer. And it was just, like I said, the way I read it wrong, so I apologized. And, oh, here comes footsteps. What's up, babe?
Waffle House.
Oh, Mom brought us Waffle House. I'll see you guys. That was so completely and unequivocally surprising and enjoyable. So, I guess today is gluten day because my mother-in-law went to the Waffle House after she got her car done, and she brought me a pecan waffle, which was always my favorite, with rare bacon, because I don't like crispy. Well, not only did I not prefer crispy bacon, I like all kinds of bacon. Who am I kidding? But crispy bacon hurts my mouth. So rarer bacon, not raw bacon, obviously, is much easier to chew. And it was perfect. The whole thing was perfect. I feel full, which is like weird because when I was on treatment, I kind of felt full all the time. The word that they use is satiated. So I felt like satisfied, but I felt like today I felt full, which is like, blows my mind that it's full actually from eating and not just from like feeling that way. But it was so good. It was so good. I don't care if I even take a nap. I don't care what my blood sugar looks like later. It was such a lovely surprise that I just enjoyed it. And that's, sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes you just have to like enjoy your life, and damn the consequences, but you're going to have to deal with them later. Anyhow, did you guys actually, side note, did you guys actually go and watch Jimmy's live stream from the other night? Because he just told me, because we discussed that I wouldn't moderate the video, so I wouldn't watch it. Because if I'm on there, it's a moderator, like it shows that I'm a moderator. So I didn't even watch his live stream. So on the phone with Lisa so she could distract me from his live stream. And he just told me today that Mom walked by and popped her head over his shoulder and said that she was the real Sally. And I was like, she did? I'm so happy. So if you're interested in seeing what Mom looks like, you can go over to Jim's live stream and watch it. He uploaded it, so it's still live on his, not live, but it's still available on his channel. Like I said, she doesn't like to get a picture taken. I think she's lovely. I have said this for years. I love taking pictures of her because I try to capture like moments that are real. When she laughs like no other. Like her whole body laughs. It's just amazing. I love it. I love making her laugh because then her whole body laughs. But anyhow, oh, she's so special. Other than that, I don't really remember what I was talking about when we stopped. But I think what I wanted to talk about was somebody had mentioned about... oh, yes, I was talking about this. The comment was about that my weight... that the diabetes and the cancer had nothing to do with my weight, but she was asking, not that diabetes and cancer caused my weight. It's that the weight caused the diabetes and the cancer. So that's what I was getting on. And the answer that I gave her was, this is the truth. There have been many studies now that say diabetes is a result of insulin resistance, which doesn't come from diet. It comes from a genetic component, which makes perfect sense. I watched a TED Talk years ago, and I'm seeing years ago, probably 10, if anything, maybe even longer, where there was an ER doctor, and he, on the TED Talk, talked about that he did a study that said that diabetes isn't caused by obesity. Diabetes causes obesity. So it genetically, you have a predisposition for this insulin resistance, which can cause type 2 diabetes and cause morbid obesity. So cause and effect makes a huge difference in the medical field, because when you get treated, you always get treated after the fact. Not always, you often get treated after the fact. You know that you have this so that you get treated for it. But prophylactic treatment is sort of important too. Birth control. It's the only thing I can think of. Because everything else you'll have to know that you have the condition. And the prophylactic medications, there's got to be other prophylactic medications. I guess if somebody has like a genetic, like a family history of something, they might take something prophylactically. But if we know that we have insulin resistance, like if there's a test for it when you're a child and you're put on a medication to counteract it, that would be so great. If we continue to learn this and grow and learn this and grow, this is so important. And I mentioned in the comments, first of all, it has always been said that when you have morbid obesity, you're more likely, and they never say always, but you're more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. But it is people are coming to realize that, doctors are coming to realize that it might be the opposite. It might be, if you have a predisposition to type 2 diabetes, then you may become morbid obese. And the reason I know for a fact, I said my family be a perfect case study. Me and my siblings that share my mom and her Irish heritage, my mom had type 2 diabetes, ended up with diabetes. And my siblings that share my father and his Mediterranean heritage didn't. And we're all obese. There's not a skinny person in the family anymore. And if it was, first of all, if it was a actual correlation, it would totally be that everybody who was obese got diabetes. If obesity caused type 2 diabetes, everybody who was obese would have it. And not everybody who's obese does have it. It definitely has to do with genetics. But that being said, yes, it could be that my weight has caused diabetes. What I meant in the comments said that she responded to a comment where I said that I didn't have that person's disease. I didn't mean the diabetes. I meant the cancer. And no. Yes, they say that obesity can, elevate your risk or increase your risk. But again, there's not any real, if fatness causes cancer, everybody who is fat would get cancer. There's just studies that say X number of people who have cancer are obese. So the percentage, it's just crazy. But they don't say how many of these people are blonde? How many of these people are of Mediterranean descent? Whatever it is, they don't do that. They just look at the, what's easiest to look at. I know that sounds crazy, but that being said, the type of cancer that I have is more people are thin and have my type of cancer than are plus size and have my type of cancer. It is not a direct link to kidney cancer. Now, I think I've mentioned this before. I've been on my kidney cancer Zoom meetings, and I think today's the 15th, right? So tomorrow's the 16th. So in 2 weeks, on the 30th, because it's always the last Wednesday of the month. And they didn't send the emails out yet, so it's got to be the 30th. So We have a meeting once a month, last Wednesday of the month. It's the Zoom meetings that they have where the support groups really. Nobody on there is plus size. Nobody on there is plus size besides me. Excuse me. So I don't know that makes a difference, but just from what I've read about it, there is no correlation to weight and this type of cancer. So that being said, that's what I meant when I said I don't have a fat person's disease, and I meant this type of cancer. Are there other types of cancer that are more prone to, like, okay, so here's the perfect thing. Like, my sisters had thyroid cancer, and the thyroid actually stabilizes metabolism, or works to help stabilize metabolism. So it's like, did the thyroid issues that they had genetically cause their obesity? Like, did their thyroids go cuckoo since they were little and cause their weight up and down and up and down and up and down? Plus the genetic component of having plus size parents. You know, it's just a lot I feel like my family would be like the greatest study in genetics and obesity, and because first of all, we have a large family, and I don't mean that just like we're all large. We have a large family. And like my nephews and nieces and what they're going through genetically, and you know, the everything from like the addictive personalities to the psychological anxieties, all these things. Like, you know, I just feel like my family would be such a great study in, you know, what makes us all tick. Anyway, that besides the point. So I did apologize for the misunderstanding, and I did apologize for, I did explain what I was saying and what I meant, and that no, you know, they're not, you know, maybe not necessarily have anything to do with this. But that being said, I really feel like things are going very well. And when I have these anxieties, these pre-test anxieties, that's what I have to focus on. I have to focus on, Jeri, how is it really going? How are things really? And things are really good. Things are, you know, I'm making them the best that I can. I am doing everything that I can to get to the next stage of being able to walk again, which is just like less than a month away right now. Hopefully, Lord willing. I told you, I was joking, but I was like, if this doctor tells me I can't start walking, I'm going to throw punch him. And I might kick him where it hurts. That's all I said. And I'll kick him with the bed. Like, so I told the nurse. I was like, and I'll kick him with the bed, like, just to show him how it works. But anyway, today's bone scan will definitely help us figure out what the next steps are. We still, excuse me. We still take a pre-visit x-ray. He wants to see, he wants to see firsthand. So he takes, you know, or currently, I guess is really what it is. So I get an x-ray right before, so we can take a look at how the bone is today. Because in that week or month, the month from today, like even if it's showing that it still needs healing today, in a month it could be better. So he's going to take that pre-visit. Why do I keep saying that? Pre-test visit? No. He's going to take that pre-visit x-ray. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm just anxious. I'm excited. I have, like, let's see what this spine tumor looks like so we can talk to the interventional radiologist, get that thing going. And I don't even know that he's going to be willing to give me radiation while my back is in the condition it is. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're not going to be near the rashes, I don't care. Because if I'm going to have radiation burns, I might as well have them the same time I have this already going on, where I have to be cautious of the skin on my back. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. What else? think that's it. I have a few like little decorating things that Jimmy and I said we were going to do, so I'm really excited about that. We talked about this wall. We were cleaning the guest room. We found the bag that has all the art that was supposed to put back up on this wall. And he's not 100% sure what he wants to do. And I was like, if you want to put one of your tapestries there, that's fine. If there's other room for other things, let's talk about it together. And I said to him, he's like, well, it's nice that we're talking about it together. I was like, babe, when did we not discuss, I think what he forgets is that previously he didn't care. He would just be like the kind of husband that's like, whatever you want, sweetie. Like, whatever you want. Whatever you want. I don't know what I want. Whatever you want. And that's nice, except then you can come to resent the person for picking something that you really didn't want. I don't want that. So I said to him, I'm like, let's just do it together. We'll lay out all the pictures on the bed and we'll take a look at what we have and get your tapestry. How big is it? Will it go in the middle? Could we put pictures around it? And that sort of thing. And I said, the other thing is, as I heal, I don't expect that I'm going to have a card wall forever, because as I start to live my life back, I don't expect that I will need the healing motivation that I get every day from seeing all the love. But, of course, I will keep them because I'm sentimental that way, but that's beside the point. So I said we will have this wall that we'll eventually have to put art on too. So we'll keep, and I have these pictures, like this picture of, see that picture? That picture right there is from Home Interiors. It was like a party, like a house party. I think they still actually have it, to be honest with you. But Home Interiors has really quality house stuff. And I have this picture that I got of like the cottage I always wanted to live in that ended up being like Bella and Edward took my picture and made a cottage. And it has a matching frame and a similar picture that has our wedding picture. And it's like a little church. And they kind of like were one on both sides of the bed for like ever. I mean, like at the apartment, at home. I mean, everywhere. Just forever. Well, since I got them. Let's put it that way. And we're back and forth. We're like, we really love them. We both love this cottage. This is actually like a dream for both of us. Like to be living in the woods in this cottage. So it's a combination art and, what's that board called? A dream board. It's a dream board. But it's like, are we tired of them? I was like, are we going to get rid of them? Or are we going to keep them? We're going to move them to a different room. So that was another thing we talked about. We haven't purged the guest room. We haven't done any decorating in the guest room. Everything so far has just been moving the benches because Julie was staying in there. We made it like we were going to do that room, and then obviously I got sick, and then it became like the last room. We just about finished the craft room. We just about finished the office. Like there's still details, but we're going to be working on that room next, and we have to purge like things, that are in there. And we talked about possibly de-arting some of the walls and changing that. I actually was thinking about taking some of those wall decor and putting them in here, and taking some of this wall decor and putting it in there. So one of the things we said was maybe the cottage painting and the wedding picture can go in the guest room. Not that the guests have to come and look at a picture of me and my husband, but there are pictures of my family there, so it would blend nicely with the other frames and artwork that are in there. So it's like, what are we going to do? We think this might work, and then, so we're going to take a look at what we have, and we're going to look at what's in the guest room that we think might come in here eventually, and just go from there, just go from there and see what is it we want to do and to achieve, and what we want the look to look like and stuff. So I'm grateful that we're looking together. That's what I was trying to say. I feel like I would love to record that for you guys, but I don't ever know till it's like, boom, let's go. And then there's a lot of stuff, to be honest with you, that it's kind of like, so when we work in the guest room, my rollator fits in the guest room, but we can't work around my rollator, if that makes any sense. So like the other day when we worked on the guest room, I had him pull the desk chair out. The desk chair is just one of my dining room chairs. The desk chair in the guest room, I had him pull it out, and I was sitting in the hallway, and I was using my rollator like a table to like look through boxes and stuff. So filming part, like if you see me in the hallway, you won't be able to see Jim in the room. So it's like, do we set up both cameras? Like, what are we doing? There's not so much to see because the king size bed basically has things on the floor around the king size bed. So where would the camera be positioned? Like we were really thinking about filming it. And I'm like, I don't even know how you would like set this up right now. So like we have that really cute white enamel, like it's supposed to be a baker's rack, but it's really short. And we keep our towels on it in the bathroom. But that has to be in the hallway now because my rollator doesn't fit in the bathroom with it. So it's out in the hallway outside the bathroom door. So then it's like, well, do we move this to put the camera there? Like, it just was so much logistically. And I was like, I can't really spend this extra 20 minutes in the brace setting up this shot. It's just a lot of, like, stuff like that. It's just pain in the booty. So I said to Jim today, I was like, maybe we can go to the Dollar Tree again today, or maybe even Hobby Lobby or something, maybe even to Walmart. And, but I was like, I really don't want to spend that extra time in the brace. I'm already going to be in the brace long enough. And then I said to him, well, why don't we go between? Like, we usually get something to eat, but Mom just brought us a huge breakfast. I don't know if I'm going to be hungry later, but maybe. And if I do, it's going to be for something light. I was like, why don't we go in between? I'm already going to be in my brace. Why don't we take advantage of that? And maybe I'll go to the Dollar General. I haven't been to the Dollar General and I feel like I was there once since the pandemic. Maybe twice since the pandemic. But normally I send other people in there because they didn't have a great mask policy. They weren't enforcing their mask policy. Let me put it that way at some of the stores. Excuse me. So, yeah, I don't think I've been in a Dollar General maybe twice since the pandemic started. That's crazy when I think about it like that. That's crazy. Anyhow, because we do have some things that we need, like supplies for the house. Like we do need some things, like cleaner and like air fresheners and stuff like that. Well, not really air freshener. It's like Febreze, you know. We do need that kind of stuff. So we maybe, I don't know. We may just grab Starbucks and go sit in the park for 2 hours. Watch the kids play. Baby Jimmy will wheel me over to the wheelchair swing. They have a wheelchair swing. They do. It's so magical. And it's so sweet. It's so nice to see, like, it feels a little, like, unnerving at first because you're, like, you know, like, you're in your chair and you're holding on. It's like, you're not used to having your center of gravity go without feeling like you're going to go as well. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And somebody has to push you because you can't pump your legs, so just do it yourself. So I don't know, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll see what the day brings. All I know is having hope changes everything. And that's what I'm focusing on now. So I'm focusing on good tests, good results. I don't know if this video is going to be 2 parts. I have no idea how long it is because I feel like I've been talking for 3 days. Let me take another sip of coffee because apparently I need that. I love you guys. I really do. If nobody's told you today that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you, okay? I love you. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye. Meow.